Let me show you how navigation usually works in Blender before I get into this. And it all works with middle mouse button, right? So if I'm here in the viewport and I hold down middle mouse button and drag my mouse, it rotates around the cube, right? So I can't easily move anywhere else in this mode, right? Like the only way to move somewhere else is by holding down Shift and middle mouse button, and then you can kind of like pan around, grab the viewport, and then middle mouse button is rotating around again. And you can actually also do all of this on the top here, right? Like you can grab this gizmo and then it rotates you. You can grab this hand and then it moves you. You can grab the magnifying glass and it moves in and out. And you can also click on these axes and it will snap you into that kind of like orthographic flat look. And I think this is pretty useful if you are sculpting and if you're working on one object, but I'm mostly working on whole environments and whole scenes, right? So for that, this is not so useful. For that, I'm always activating here this auto depth and zoom to mouse position. Enabling this should now change it where you orbit around where you click middle mouse button, right? So you see I click on this cube and I orbit around it, and then I click on this camera and I orbit around that. And I think that's way more useful. Of course, you always have to be conscious on where you're clicking, but for me, it's much more useful to look at stuff and navigate. Also, holding down Control and middle mouse button will zoom in and out, and also zoom in and out to where you click. So I think that's also super useful.